Thank you very much and welcome to all of you. I'm happy to be back here as a participant and a supporter of the Gender Summit because we believe that it's very relevant that this type of initiatives take place on a regular basis to address this issue, which is so important. I would like to, for a few of the audience, I hope that they don't know anything about what is COST, which is the Cooperation in Science and Technology in Europe, one of the oldest cooperation programs. Give you just a very short overview in numbers. I mean, we talk about mathematics and women are very good in numbers. We just have to be confronted with them. So here are COST numbers. 5. Because every network, of course, needs a minimum of 5 countries to be participated in that network. We have 9+1, meaning that we have 9 scientific domains, and this +1 is very important for us because it's the transdisciplinary domain created a few years ago to address transdisciplinarity there. 36, because COST is composed by 36 countries, much larger than the European Union, but all of them European. So there are 35 European countries plus Israel as a cooperating state. We are able to network 30,000 researchers. We are able to have 30,000 researchers, having all of them involved in 130,000 activities. Our budget is actually pretty small. It looks very big with those numbers, but it's only 250 million euros coming from the European Commission, from the Framework Programme money. But that little money is able to mobilize at the national level 5,000 million euros. A rough calculation. So this is our motto. We do much with very little. Imagine what we could do if we can get a little bit more. And I think it is important to pass the message now that we have in these economical constraints and everybody looking into their pockets and trying to reduce as much as possible every single budget. In that situation, I think it is very important how the money is used, and sometimes a little budget like this can make a big impact because it can reach to many other scientists. So what is the issue at hand? I think it's this is just a drawing. My predecessors has put clearly figures and numbers about it. There is a problem. There is very few women that reach the right positions and the right places, have a much higher percentage getting into the studies and getting the PhDs. So there is an issue that needed to be targeted. Now, I think it does something very important, and I will share this message, and it's a personal opinion with you. We need to have gender studies to establish, first of all, that there is really the reality on data on a gender gap. We have to also have social studies to understand why this is happening and what is in the society's blocks that makes the women don't pass through that. But we also have to develop a common message to share to the public, because when we talk about gender, everybody started to be a little bit tired. Oh no, gender again. Oh no, these people, I mean, these women never stop to be complainers. We don't complain. We don't plea. We just ask and demand equal treatment, meaning meritocracy and transparency. Everything. We don't demand anything that we don't deserve. So I think we have to send that message out. We claim that meritocracy is the only scale to be measured. And we have to have a process which are transparent, so we can really check that the meritocracy is really implemented properly. What is also important, we have to pass the message to every single little girl and woman. We need to have power, for God's sake. It's nothing wrong to have power. It's nothing, I mean, we talk about the decision making and so on. Let's talk about power. We men do talk about power and how they can get it and how they will use it. And we have to tell our girls, and we have to take ourselves, we have to take the power in our hands. because otherwise nothing is going to be changed. Nothing. It will come only nice words, nice plans, now on, so on, so on, but nothing will change. And the way women use power is completely different than the way men use power. So we will be criticized for being weak, that we are not controversial because we don't support very strong convictions, because we have worked and used the power in a different manner. Don't feel afraid to be criticized. Take the power and use it the best way that you think, but just do it. How COST can try to do that? Well, we try to apply what I said, and particularly we try to be open and inclusive. I think when you have these institutions which are very close within themselves, where the close networks of people they know between themselves when we are from the studies, this closeness which is blocking women to get into the positions, because this is no laws which are written anywhere, there are no criteria specified anywhere, is this all underneath currents. So one way to counteract this is open and inclusiveness. So COST is open in all the ways, open to all the researchers in earlier stage of their career, young and oldest, open to all kind of disciplines, open to universities, research, but also industry, public research or private, open and inclusive. Anything that can contribute is welcome. So that is what happened, COST, which is really a very launch pad for women's science in their career to take off. And I am proud to tell you, if you compare the input, which is the number of women which are main proponents on our COST proposals, we have a figure nowadays which is around 35% of them. This is not the same distribution in all the disciplines, but this is the minimum about all of them. When you look at the output, you will see that we can tell you that from 2002 to 2006, the percentage of women who were leaders of these proposals selected for final funding were only 15%. But in the next 4 years, this percentage has increased at double. So we are now again 31%. Very, very close to our target, which is as much women are present in our proposals, we have to have as many women coming as being successful, because there is no reason that this percentage is not maintained all the way through. So we do believe that COST could be a helping path launch for the career of the women, and I can tell you that many women have experienced leadership skills actually being on these COST actions. We also have done something very specific, which is trying to translate words and policies and so on into some action. So we are now putting forward, which is a policy-driven targeted activity. It is a network called Gender STE, and it's really a policy-driven decision-making where we have provided a networking opportunity for making reality all the things that has been stated in the papers, okay? Taking in account the gender dimension of research, but also making sure the structural changes are taking place in the members. So just for you, if you want to know a little bit more, we are hosting a COST cafe tomorrow afternoon at the Ton. There is the invitation for all of you to join and to learn more about this Gender ST initiative. So thank you very much, and I think our motto has to be judge me for my own merits, and not because I wear heels or I make a nose when I talk or my tone of voice is slightly different than yours. Thank you.
Okay. This is really a wonderful location we are in. And you are quite an impressive audience, I must say. But I realize when I'm sitting here that I have to change the first line in my little short welcome to you. I have to say, dear all ladies and dear few gentlemen, on behalf of the European Science Foundation, you are most welcome to the meeting. As president of the European Science Foundation, I'm very proud that the organization has been involved in creating the Gender Summit. The Gender Summit is a necessary and very important platform for the dialogue on gender issues in science. This is the second summit that we have arranged together with the GenSet, and it has, I learned, attracted even greater interest than the previous one. The European Science Foundation was one of the first organizations that supported the aims of the GenSet, that project, by becoming its patron. The aim from the European Science Foundation's point of view is to signal to the scientific community that gender dimension is an important issue for science values. Values that you recognize as excellence, quality, attractiveness and recruitment. But also to promote evidence-based approaches to resolve common gender issues in science. The 2012 programme comes in 3 parts, as you have seen from the programme. The first day is mainly devoted to policy implementation. The second day is advancing gender-aware research and innovation. And both days we wanted to promote an active dialogue between all relevant actors and stakeholders. The goal is that future actions to promote gender mainstreaming in research and innovation are based on evidence and consensus. As I said, this is important for all of us, I would say, for the shared goal, enhancement of excellence in science. So again, most welcome.
I also am absolutely delighted to see this room full. In fact, sadly, we had to turn people away because we were limited by the size of this room. This is the most important room in this Parliament, okay? We have reached a very important milestone by being here. We could not be here without the support of the members of the European Parliament, however. And they have supported the Gender Summit, but they have also been debating Horizon 2020. So in their hands has been a tremendous responsibility to make sure that policy commitment turns into real and realistic actions, and we thank them for it. We're really very grateful that this milestone could have been achieved, that we can debate gender issues in science in such an important policy place. So on behalf of the organisers, I welcome you very warmly, and please contribute. Your voice is important to this whole debate and to shaping the future. Just a few slides, so now you know who the organisers are. But look at who are the policy partners. It's important. For the first time, we have all the top policy bodies supporting gender issues in science. This is critical. This is a milestone, and we're really absolutely delighted over this. We have also gathering partners, stakeholders and universities. And here are the MEPs who have been particularly active to help us to make sure that this event actually happens. I can't tell you how many obstacles have to be crossed in order so we can enjoy this room. And some basic announcements. As you will see in this booklet, everything is in this booklet. There will be some venue changes today and tomorrow. We have maps. Everything has been defined. The plenary session tomorrow is in another part of European Parliament, but it's all explained. The networking session this evening is in another place, but it's nice to have a change. It's all within a few minutes walk, okay, so it's not like you have to spend too much time, and it's not raining, so that's nice. And so, as I said, you know exactly where you're going to be, and as we are guests of the European Parliament, there are certain rules that we have to obey, and without my glasses on I can't read them. But they are here. Okay, sorry about that. Again, blind. However, I can ask you, please embrace the technology. Twitter, we have been getting used to it. Well, I'm getting used to it. Some people are very expert on it. So it's important that we use the Twitter and tell the world about the gender issues. There has already been a huge amount of publicity, including an article written by Professor Kurt Rice that appeared in the Telegraph in the UK. So, you know, that's great. And of course, we created some platforms for ongoing communication and debate. Please use it. This is a resource. And so, one thing I must say, that this event also, like every good party, it wouldn't happen without lots of planning and more planning and more planning again, and without the conference team from the ESF, that would not have happened. So we have to thank the team from the ESF. You will recognize them because they have lovely blue flashing lights. And so any information you're not going to find here, please ask them. Go for the lovely flashing blue lights. We are very grateful for all their help. Again, thank you to the members of the Parliament who are present here. We are very grateful for you being here, and enjoy the conference. Thank you so much.